All right, if you guys have been hanging out around this channel for a little while now, you're probably familiar with a little video that we did about a giant A-10 warthog.
Good to go.
Get up! Get up! Oh my gosh!
And if you watched that video, you probably saw the video after that where we took that warthog and we actually put an airsoft gun on the front of it and had a battle with a giant foam board tank that we made with hot glue and foam board.
Yeah, I heard it!
And if you're familiar with that battle video, you're probably also familiar with the video we did after that where we took that giant tank and we actually made it fly.
Oh my gosh.
See you later. Thanks for playing, tank. Let's go. Come on. Get her in the air. See you later, fun. Get her in the air. Yeah! Yeah!
Today's an exciting day because today is the day Josh finally finalized the plans for our A-10 kit. And so basically what's happening is we took our giant A-10 that you guys all know and love and we made it into a more approachable, still decently sized kit. As you can see right here, check this out. If you guys aren't familiar with our speed build kits, the mentality behind our speed build kits is it gives you a scratch building experience without having to hassle and go out and buy all the specific little odds and ends to have a successful scratch building experience. It's a laser cut kit basically, comes with not only the foam, but it also comes with all the little bits. You got push rods, landing gear wire, you got control horns, all the little laser cut wood pieces that you're gonna need to mount your motors and stuff like that. It just kind of lowers that barrier to entry and allows you to experience scratch building maybe for the first time. So today I'm excited because now it is my moment to build my own warthog. So I got a lot of plans. I've been thinking about this a long time. I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be a sweet warthog, but not only that, it's gonna be my warthog. And also, I'd like to give you guys a little taste of what it's like to scratch build your own airplane. It's actually a lot easier than you think. So a lot of people think that our kits are made out of cardboard, which you can't really fault them for that. It kind of does look like cardboard, but it's actually not. It's actually a foam board. And traditionally back in the day, if you go back and watch some of our older videos, we would use white foam board, and that was actually legit foam board from the dollar store. But a little fun fact is, so many of you guys have bought foam from the dollar store that the manufacturer of that white foam board actually took notice. And so several years ago, we actually worked directly with Adams Plastics, is the name of the company, and they formulated our own custom formula of foam board. The difference between the white foam board and the brown foam board is this is water resistant, borderline waterproof. If you beef it up with some packing tape and maybe some camp dry silicone spray, you can actually make it waterproof. And we actually have some kits that are made to fly off of water. And so for those of you guys out there who aren't familiar with our specific kits, it's not cardboard. It's actually what we call flight test foam. The wing is done. Look at how big this is. I'm a big man. I'm like 6'1", and this is how big the wing is. This A-10 is smaller than the original A-10 for sure that we put the airsoft on, but it is by no means a small airplane. So I've been thinking, and if you have a look outside right now, check this out. As you can see, we have got pummeled by snow. And so it got me thinking, I had plans for this A-10, but I'm kind of pivoting my direction with this project. And I was looking online and there's some pretty cool Arctic camo schemed warthogs. And so what I'm thinking is an Arctic style paint job. The project continues to further develop itself before it's even done. So this is exciting. I'm gonna get back to work. We gotta start on the fuselage. Let's go. Okay, so like I was saying earlier about our speed build kits, basically what we wanted is something to take all the guesswork out. We took that same mentality and we developed what we call our Power Pack. Now this plane particularly, and a lot of our planes, use what's called a Power Pack C. This one specifically is the Power Pack C twin engine, so it comes with 2 motors. The thing that I'm personally excited about is we are using our new motors. These are called Flite Test radials, so it's kind of cool to like have it here in reality. It just like was an idea this time last year, and now we actually have them right here. Check this out. So this is a beefy motor here. This is a 2218, and that number is basically just a reference of the size. These are more powerful than our previous Power Pack C motors that we've been using for years past. My favorite thing about these motors is the sound. They just sound so smooth in the air. Whether you're using a single engine or a twin engine, I can almost tell that it's a radial motor just by how smooth and quiet it sounds when it's flying through the air.
Wow, dude! Geese!
A lot of you guys probably noticed that the A-10 is a jet. Our take on the A-10 actually has 2 propellers. And the cool thing is that it still has the presence of a jet in the air, but it has the performance of a propeller-driven aircraft. And basically what that means, propeller-driven aircraft just have a way more thrust. You're gonna be able to climb completely vertically, especially with these motors. There's more than enough power compared to a traditional electronic ducted fan unit, which a lot of other A-10 models on the market have. EDFs are fun, they sound really cool, but they are very inefficient. You get a lot less flight time and a lot less thrust, which in my opinion is less fun. But that being said, I'm looking forward to using these motors. We're gonna get these motors mounted up, get some props on there. We gotta mount these nacelles to the wings, and this is exciting. Let's do it, come on. Alright guys, check this out, man. She's ready to go. And not only is the build journey complete, but I also have radios set up. With the help of Josh, I programmed differential thrust. Because this airplane doesn't have rudders, it actually uses the twin motors to control it on the yaw axis. So it'll spin up the right motor to turn it to the left, and it'll spin up the left motor to turn it to the right on the yaw axis. This is my favorite part of the build journey, is when the airplane is done and now you have the opportunity to make this plane your own. So here's what I'm thinking. We have Arctic conditions out here. I'm thinking Arctic Operation A-10 Warthog. We're gonna start with a paint job. So I got my white paint. I got some pictures of some cool A-10 Warthogs. Let's get to work, let's get painting. All you need to do, I got a plain piece of poster board. We get this poster board from Walmart normally. And what I'm gonna do is I'm going to basically just start making a very fluid curve, type of curve that you would imagine on some camouflage. Like a lot of my graphic design classes, they taught us how to use a French curve. And for those of you who aren't familiar with a French curve is kind of the same concept as a ruler, except instead of being straight, it's like all kinds of wild curvatures. And it's made out of plastic typically, or metal. Traditional designers, or designers that design by hand, will use those curves to draw fluid, smooth lines. And so what I'm trying to cut out here is kind of a similar shape to that of a French curve. And when I go to paint, I'm gonna kind of use both the internal and the external piece to kind of create like a stencil. All right, so look at that, that's pretty cool, a little splat. So we have the positive and the negative here, and we'll actually use both. So we're gonna head outside and I'll show you how I'm gonna go about painting this. This is kind of like Alex Zavada's like quick and dirty painting techniques 2019. But hey man, like I said, I wanna get this thing in the air, I wanna fly. So it's a balance, you know, you want it to look cool, but you also wanna fly it. So this is meet in the middle. Shouldn't take too much time, but should still look pretty cool. Let's go do it. So what you do here is, I'm gonna do this whole wingtip here. The main thing that you're concerned about here is the edges. And that's where the gloves are gonna come into play. So depending on the curvature of what you're painting, you kind of put a little pressure on the edge. And then when you first start spraying, that's what you focus on first. So I'm gonna start and hit this edge. So we're just gonna go for it. All right, so I knocked out the edge first, because you want the edge to have that fine line. And then from there, we're gonna go ahead and just fill in the rest of the wingtip, just like so. Hopefully, when you pull this thing off, it should leave you with a semi-camouflage looking piece. And so you repeat that step over and over again. Now it's shiny right now, but that's gonna dry nice and flat. A little messy, like I said, fast and dirty, but it's camouflage. I mean, it's gonna help you blend in better, and I think it looks great from a distance. All right, so we're gonna let her dry here, but as you can see, I mean, definitely not the cleanest paint job, but for about like the less than 10 minutes it took me to do. Adds a lot of value, a lot of gratification to your plane, other than just being brown. Every time I paint too, I get better, so that's the best part. This is our run cam split pan tilt stack cube thingamabob. We'll put a link below, but basically what this is an FPV system and an HD video camera all in one. So everything's coming through this lens. You get to fly or drive FPV through this lens, and it transmits the FPV signal to you, but also on board, on this board down here, it is recording a 1080p high definition feed, which is close to a GoPro quality. Not quite, but good enough for going out and doing silly shenanigans like this. Cool thing about these is they do come in like a kit form, but all you do is you buy the camera and the cube kit and 2 servos, and then it basically just like clicks together and you screw it together. And then from that point on, it basically just becomes plug and play. You can plug in 1 or 2 of your servos. In this case, I'm probably just gonna be doing 1. I'm gonna be doing a pan. So the paint's dry now, and this is the last thing we gotta do, and we're about ready for our first A-10 expedition. All right, so as you can see, we're getting near to the big moment, which is the Maiden flight. And typically what a lot of scratch builders do is they will take their plane for a Maiden before they go to the effort of painting it. And so when you do it this way, there's a lot more stakes on the line. So that being said, I gotta get some props on here real quick, get her powered up, and we're going out to fly. All right, let's go.
First of all, fantastic job on the paint job. Love it, looks beautiful. I've seen about 8 of these fly, so I feel about 99.9% confident this one's gonna fly.
Now if it crashes, you're gonna make me look like a terrible person.
Poking you right in the nose.
What about you, man? How do you think it's gonna go?
Yeah, I think it's gonna fly great.
You ready to chase a warthog?
I'm ready to chase it, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to see it because it's snow camo. So how am I gonna be able to see
That's
that?
the whole point. I was just trying to make your job harder.
All right, well, let's see how it goes.
All right, Josh, what are your thoughts?
Dude, it's the first actual warthog out in the wild, man. You built the first, I guess, kit. And
Yeah.
you did it in a vacuum nonetheless. So, man, hats off. It looks great.
Cool.
It's the best looking painted warthog.
First
I've never seen one painted.
I have the title for now.
First painted hog.
As soon as somebody else paints one, it's probably gonna be better than mine, but that's okay.
Totally okay, don't matter.
All right, so
Are we in here?
it all comes to this. The Arctic A-10 in Arctic conditions. So it should feel right at home. Typically people get a quick Maiden in before they go to the work of finishing it off and painting it and adding FPV, but we're just gonna go for it today.
Can chuck it.
All right, here goes nothing.
Are you ready?
We're running it on 4, so I'm going this way.
All right. Oh, she flies like a beaut.
Dude, she flies on rails, no trim. Oh my gosh. So the cool thing about the A-10s, and Josh has let me flown his before, is that right now I'm running on 4-cell. So as you can see, I have unlimited vertical. It has a ton of performance and a ton of thrust, ton of power. But the cool thing is that it's very docile flight characteristics. So if you run it on 3-cell, I mean, it's basically a trainer. Like I said earlier, we do have differential thrust program. So while it does not have rudders, it has plenty of yaw authority with that differential thrust. So if I go up here, I kick that rudder,
Yeah.
do a nice big wing over,
Oh, that's nice right there.
flies fantastic.
Dude, I like that.
And it really helps in your turns to bring the nose around so you're not just relying on bank and yank. You can put a little rudder in there with the differential thrust, and it's very maneuverable in a very tight space, which is pretty awesome for a plane this size. She looks great in the air, dude. I tell you what, man, for about a 20-minute paint job, maybe a little bit longer than that with the base coat, I
Yeah.
almost just crushed the Mavic. I don't know if you saw that.
I didn't, but you're ridiculous, dude.
But yeah, for a quick paint job like that, it really does add a lot of value to your model. And I honestly don't think I'm gonna be flying any more brown planes just because it was such a gratifying experience. All right, so I'm gonna put her into a climb.
You're gonna put her in climb. You're gonna go under the hood.
We're under the hood, dude. And so I have the pan system on here.
Pan tilt.
So I can look around left and right. It's a beautiful snowy day here in Ohio.
Dude.
And the thing is very smooth in the air. It's pretty
Dude,
awesome.
I'm not gonna lie, dude. I know it probably looks even cooler off camera, but like on camera, I'm looking at the belly of this thing that you painted. It looks so cool. Looks like we're about to get shot out the sky, to be honest with you.
Oh, dude, she's a dream on FPV.
Dream boat.
Especially with the differential thrust. I can't keep saying enough about that. I just saw you, Matt. All right, coming in for a nice slow. How slow am I going? I feel like I'm going so slow.
You're going super slow.
I feel totally in control though. I don't think any other Model A-10s can slow down that much. That's a lot of fun. It's like it's filled with helium or something. All right, Maddie, what's your battery like? All right, dude, I'm thinking I'm going on a mission. I'm gonna up the ante.
Where you going, bro?
I can't be an Arctic A-10 in Arctic conditions and not going on a mission. So what I'm gonna do, I'm going on a long-range mission around the tower.
Oh, are you serious?
You coming with me, or are you
Oh,
in?
no.
Or are you in? I'm going for it right now.
Hey, dude. I'm flying your quad, so I'm okay.
He's flying my quad.
Dude, I feel like it's taking you forever to get there.
Oh, it's slow. There we go. Rounding the tower.
Oh, I lost you.
I don't think I got around it.
I don't think you did either, dude.
I'm gonna try it again.
I'm gonna reach out here.
I still have full control. Going around the tower as we speak. Whoa, there's a quad! Oh my gosh, dude! What are you doing, Maddie? You like touched me right in the face. All right, I'm coming back home. I want to keep my plane in one piece. Oh man, that was exhilarating. Oh, there he is again!
Oh, you crazy kitty cats. Oh!
Dude, the radial motor sounds so awesome. All right, one last thing. I can't, it's just so comfortable at FPV that I don't want to stop doing the crazy stuff. All right, so what I'm gonna do here, I'm looking at the trees here. I'm just gonna kind of float in there, see how close I can get without killing myself. Whoa!
Whoa!
All right, and then one last maneuver. I know I keep saying that, but this is the last one, I promise. I'm going over the parking lot.
Okay.
Don't worry about your cars right now.
Oh yeah, dude.
Oh, I was lining up those flags, but it's just not in the cards unless I try it one more time. All right, one last.
That's how you do it.
Ooh, trees. No. Should I commit or no?
Dude, 100%, dude. You gotta commit.
Okay.
It's the A-10, dude.
Guys. I don't know, does it look like my plane would fit through there?
Yes, oh yeah, you're good.
All right, here we go. Strafing run with the A-10, coming in hot. Yeah! Oh man, I can't feel my fingers. All right, I'm gonna bring her in, dude, and I feel so.
Oh, where'd you go?
I feel so comfortable with this FPV right now.
Landed FPV.
I'm landing our FPV,
All right,
dude.
Lander FPV.
Where are we? Oh, there we are.
Lander FPV, baby boo.
Where is everybody?
I'm sorry, I wanted to get the landing.
Oh, my fingers!
They're so cold.
It's 12 degrees outside right now.
Thanks for watching.
A-10 is available on the store right
Yes.
now, guys. You can check a link below to not only the kit, but also all the components that I used in this build. Thank you guys for supporting us with buying kits like these. You're helping us do what we do, and we really can't thank you guys enough. We wouldn't be out here in the cold right now freezing our fingers off if it wasn't for you guys.
That's right.
So thank you guys so much. We'll see you next time.
See ya.